Hello everyone, welcome to PYCON UK 2025. I'm Becky Smith, I'm your conference director for this year. If you keep clapping, we're not going to get through this in time. PYCON UK has been running since 2007, and we are so glad to see so many of you here this year. So first, I need to address a very important point, and it's this. So for those of you who are new to us, this conference has been held in Cardiff, in Wales, since 2014, and it has been wonderful. However, we are so excited to be here in Manchester in a brand new venue with the opportunity to reach new friends in other parts of the UK. But it's time for our Welsh dragon to retire. And I'd like to introduce you to a new member of our snake family. So the bee is the symbol of Manchester and Manchester's industry. It's been incorporated into the city's coat of arms since 1842. And even if you've just arrived here, you've probably seen it around the city already. Manchester's bee is a worker bee. It reflects a city that's made by the people, not a city that's grown from royal sponsorship or from easy natural resources. And Mancunians have worked really hard to make this place thrive. Putting together a conference like this is not an easy task. Every member of the organising team is a volunteer. They've all given up their time and energy for free for most of a year to make this conference happen. And I can't think of a better symbol for our conference than the worker bee of our new host city. This is our gallant team of organisers. You'll see most of them around wearing red lanyards. So say hi, they're all very friendly, and thank you all for all of your work over the past year. So, hello. Hello to those of you who have been to every PYCON UK since 2007, to those of you who are joining us for the first time, and to everyone in between. I'd like to do a quick show of hands. So, who's been to PYCON UK before? So, like, less than half of you, I guess. Who's been to PYCON UK in Cardiff? There are fewer Welsh cakes this year. Sorry. Who's here for the first time? That's awesome. And who's here, whether it's for the first time or you've come back, primarily because we're in Manchester this year? That's really awesome. I'm glad to see so many people here. So, what is PYCON UK? So this might seem like a bit of an odd question. I mean, you've all got your tickets, you're all here. You clearly know what it is. It's a conference about Python, right? Simple. Well, I'd like to argue that it's more than that. So yes, we have a great program of talks and workshops for you this year and a fantastic lineup of sprint projects for Monday. But PYCON UK isn't just about what you can learn from the talks that you'll go to. PYCON UK is about the people. And I encourage you to get involved. So volunteer, come to the social events, join our Discord server, meet your fellow attendees. You'll discover that PYCON UK is a community, and it's an awesome one. So, some housekeeping things. This is your badge. You should all have one. We do need you to wear it anytime that you're in the venue. It says that you're allowed to be here. There are some things about your badge. So there is a QR code on it. Everybody's QR code is the same. There's no personal information on it. If you scan it, it will just take you to our attendee portal page on the website, which has various links that you might find useful, like a link to the schedule and the lunch menus. And about lunch, the conference is sold out this year, so this means that the venue is at its maximum capacity. In order to reduce queues at lunch and make sure that everyone gets to eat, we have 2 sittings. We also have 2 separate serving stations. There's one on the ground floor, one on the first floor. And this number on your badge is either a 1 or a 2, and it refers to your lunch sitting. The lunch sittings have been randomly assigned. Please try to keep to your assigned one as much as possible. If for any reason you really need to attend a different sitting to the one that you were assigned, please just do so. No one's going to tell you off. There are workshop sessions on both today and Sunday that start a bit earlier. So if you've got a second sitting lunch and you're going to the workshops, just please do go and eat early. Most of our conference communications will be on Discord. You'll have received a link to our Discord server when you purchased your ticket. If you haven't already done so, you can use the QR code here to join. Once you're there, if you type /register in any channel and enter your order code and name, you'll register your ticket on our Discord server. You can see your order code here if you don't know what it is. And once you're registered, you'll be able to see all of our 2025 channels. As in previous years, we've asked you to bring your own lanyard if you can, as long as it's not red or yellow. So we have yellow lanyards. We have some available downstairs at the welcome desk. If you would prefer not to be photographed, please go and take a yellow lanyard. If you're taking photos, please bear in mind that there are people who don't want to be in photos. Please don't include them if they are wearing a yellow lanyard. And please just check your photos before you post them anywhere and make sure that there's no one in them who doesn't want to be there. We've reserved red lanyards for organisers so you can easily identify us if you need help with something. As I already mentioned, we have sold out and we're completely filling this lovely venue. This means that the times when we only have one session running, this auditorium doesn't have enough seating for every ticket holder. It looks like we have enough seating today, but each day for the welcome session, keynotes and the lightning talks will be live streaming to Space 2. So if you can't get in here, there will be space in Space 2, which is our other auditorium space for you to watch the session. So today, tomorrow and Sunday, we have talks happening all day here and in Space 2. In Space 3 and 4, which are upstairs on the second floor, we have workshops, which are longer, more interactive sessions. Tomorrow there won't be any workshops because we have our Young Coders Day and we have the Django Girls workshop that are using those spaces. There will be workshops again on Sunday. There's a limited capacity in each of our spaces. The venue staff and our volunteer room managers know what that is, and they'll stop people coming in when the room reaches capacity. So if you have a look in the room and it looks to you like you could easily squeeze into a session if you just like stand at the side or sit on the floor, please remember that the venue have assessed the safe capacity for each room, so please respect them. All of the talks in Space 1 and 2 will be recorded. They'll be on YouTube very soon, often the same day. So if you miss something, you can't get into a room, you'll be able to watch the talks later. Some of our speakers will choose to take questions after their talk. We'll also have channels in Discord where you can ask a question if you don't want to ask it here in the auditorium in front of everyone. However, something that becomes apparent at conferences is that many people don't really know what a question is. So we're going to try and clear that up, and I'm going to give credit to Daniele for pretty much all the words I'm about to say. So a question is not a comment. It is not an opportunity to point out something the speaker didn't know. It's not an opportunity for you to make yourself look clever. The purpose of a question is to give the speaker a chance to share something that the questioner didn't know, or to clarify something that the questioner didn't understand. And a good question will make the speaker look brilliant, not the questioner look clever. Our session chairs have been given the authority to only accept actual questions during their sessions. Our event has a code of conduct. It is listed prominently on the website. It's in Discord. It's printed and displayed around the venue. Please read it. If you've read it before, and it was a while ago, please read it again and make sure you know what we expect of everyone who's here. Our code of conduct is not a list of things that you're not allowed to do or say. It's a statement of some of our values, and it's a description of how we want you to treat each other. And what it really means is treat people with respect, courtesy, and kindness. We have people here of all kinds at this conference. Some of them are the types of people you won't see at many technical conferences. So we have some young people who are attending on all days. We have our young coders here tomorrow. And we need your language and behaviour to be appropriate for a general audience. There are a lot of people here. There's a large variety of expectations. There's a large variation in what they feel comfortable seeing, hearing, or doing. So our code of conduct applies to talks. Your talk might require you to discuss a sensitive topic or one that's likely to have a strong effect on some people. So please do that with tact and consideration. It applies to questions. It applies on Discord. It applies on social media. It applies to everyone you interact with, whether that's your fellow attendees, volunteers, organisers, venue staff, or sponsors. So please just treat everyone with respect, courtesy, and kindness. If you see or experience something that concerns you, you can report it. You can report it by email, by contacting one of the Code of Conduct team members, either in Discord or in person, or you can ask any organizer. And I'm going to ask the Code of Conduct team to just come up on stage so that you can see who they are, or up there. Thank you. If you have a concern, it will be heard in confidence, taken seriously, and dealt with according to our documented procedure for handling Code of Conduct reports. So, as is traditional at PYCON UK, I'm going to talk about the toilets. So, on the ground floor in this venue, we have toilets that are labelled by gender and by the facilities that they contain. On the first floor, we have gender-neutral toilets, and there are accessible toilets on every floor. Please respect your fellow attendees. People of all genders attend PYCON UK, and we trust that all of our attendees will choose and use the facilities that are appropriate for them, and we expect them to be left in peace while doing so. If you have any concerns, you're welcome to address them to the organisers, but no one is to be harassed whilst using our facilities. So we try at PYCON UK to be as accessible and inclusive as possible, and our speech-to-text reporters are a big part of that. So this year we have Julia and Joanne, who are over here, and they will magically turn all of our speakers' words into the text that you can see on those screens over there. I can't see them, but you can. If you need a break from the conference crowds, we have a quiet room. It's on the second floor, past space 4. If you have problems finding it, just ask at the welcome desk. Please just use the space to sit quietly if you need to, and be respectful of anyone else who might also need to use it. We depend on your help as volunteers to make this conference run smoothly. So any time that you're able to spare is appreciated. We need people to help out as session chairs, workshop room helpers, manning the welcome desk, helping with video recording and the mixing desk. So if you'd like to volunteer, please join the volunteers channel in Discord or go and ask at the welcome desk, and someone will tell you how you can help. So a huge thanks to all of our sponsors. Our gold sponsors this year are Bloomberg, Flock Health, the Bennett Institute for Applied Data Science, and Snapshot AI. Our silver sponsors are JetBrains and Internet Society Pulse, and we've also been supported by generous grants from the Python Software Foundation, the EuroPython Society, and the Django Software Foundation. So can we have a big round of applause for all of our sponsors? Our sponsors make this conference possible. And without their financial support, your tickets would be much more expensive, and we wouldn't be able to include some of the things that really help make PYCON UK the inclusive event that it is. Like our speech-to-text reporters, our free creche, our financial assistance programme. Our sponsors are not here because they want to sell you something. Our sponsors are here because they are companies and organisations who use Python, work with Python, employ Python developers, and they have a desire to give back to the language that they use to do their work. Our sponsors are part of this community. They're here because they want to support the community and they want to talk to you. So go and say hello to them at their booths or in their Discord channels and find out about what they do. So if you're here for the first time, a PyCon can be quite daunting. But luckily, PyCon UK attendees are a wonderful, friendly bunch. We have a Saturday social event, which is a great way to spend some time informally with your fellow attendees, so definitely come along to that. We have some stickers at the welcome desk, or just past the welcome desk for decorating your badge. So we have one which is a happy to chat badge. So if you're happy for anyone to come and say hello and have a chat with you, add this to your badge. It really helps people who are here for the first time know that they're going to get a friendly response if they say hello to a stranger. We also have a special sticker if you're a first-time attendee, so feel free to add that one to your badge as well. If you're an old hand at PyCon UK, please go out of your way to welcome those first-timers and include them in your social plans. We have a social activities Discord channel which you can use to connect and post about things that you want to do outside of the conference or join up with other people who are doing things like going for dinner or going for a run, or there's some people planning a walking tour of Manchester. So check that out too. And at PyCon UK, we like everyone to follow the Pac-Man rule. If you haven't heard of it before, this is how it works. Hopefully this will work. So here's a group of people having a nice chat in a circle, and a new person wants to join in, but there's no space for them. So instead of standing in a circle, we need to stand like a Pac-Man. Now a new friend can join, and when they do, we just need to readjust. We make a new space, and we leave some room to welcome the new person who comes along. So everyone is always invited to join a new group and join in a conversation. So finally, one of the best ways to meet people at PyCon UK is to get up on the stage. When you give a talk, you've magically already introduced yourself to most of the conference. It gives people something they want to talk to you about, and it saves you from doing all the hard work. So with that, I'll ask Mark to come up and tell you about our lightning talks.
Hello, my name is Mark Smith. It is my great privilege to be the owner of these spooky buckets. More seriously, I am the MC of the lightning talks. The lightning talks happen, I think, at 5 p.m. every day. They certainly are at 5 p.m. today. They are the best bit of the conference. I am biased. So what are lightning talks, you may ask? They are an hour-long session of 5-minute talks, so really short talks. 5-minute talks or less. They can be on any topic about Python or anything Python adjacent, or sometimes we accept talks that really aren't related to Python at all, but we think may be of interest to our audience. And anybody at this conference can sign up each day to give a lightning talk if they want to. So how do you go about that? So this is a great opportunity for new or inexperienced speakers to get up on our stage and give a short talk. 5 minutes is actually a really short amount of time. So there's only a very little amount of information or short story that you can tell in that time. You'd be amazed how quickly it goes. If you would like to give a lightning talk, you need to fill in an index card. So at the registration desk, or near the registration desk, there's a flip chart with instructions to back up what I'm about to say, possibly contradict everything that I'm saying right now. There will be these 2 buckets next to it and a pile of index cards. So if you'd like to give a lightning talk, 2 people have already filled out index cards, so you're already behind. So if you'd like to give a lightning talk, you fill out one of these index cards, you put a title at the top, You fill out a short description of the content of the talk so we can actually get an idea of what it's going to be about. And then at the bottom, very important, you should put your name and your Discord handle so that we can track you down and let you know if your talk's been accepted. Every day after the morning session, so sometime during the lunch session, we will collect up all the cards and we will try to choose to curate a selection of talks that we think will be interesting to the audience. But one very important detail, we have these two spooky buckets. They really belong the other way around, and they have a label on the front. So we have one bucket for new speakers. So if you consider yourself to be a new speaker and you've just filled out one of these index cards, stick it in there. We're not strict about it. You can judge whether you're a newer speaker or not. Or if you're an experienced speaker, you can put it in the experienced speaker bucket. And that way, that gives us a chance to balance between the more experienced speakers and the less experienced speakers and kind of mix them up a bit. So we have a good range of talks, and so we have some gaps between people sweating so much on the stage. I highly recommend you have a go. Today is the best day to get an index card in. What tends to happen is people come to the first session on the first day, they think, that was amazing, because it's amazing. And then they think, I'm going to do that, and they enter for the next day. So the second and third days tend to get busier, so if you want an easier chance of getting selected, do enter today. We will try and make the selection by 2:30, and we will announce on Discord which talks have been accepted. If you're not accepted, we put you back in the bucket for the next day. If that's not okay, if you're not here for, say, the last day, do come along and take your index card out of the bucket so we don't actually select a talk that you're not available to give. And that was the lightning talk. If any of that didn't make any sense, check out the flip chart by the front desk, or come and grab me as I'm frantically running around the conference during the day. Thank you very much.
We're nearly done. So we have a couple of activities going on tonight and tomorrow that are taking place here in the venue. Today we have Ada, which is a brand new play inspired by Ada Lovelace, written by Emily Hollyoake, and it's going to be staged as a rehearsed reading by the theatre company Chronic Insanity. If you were here in Cardiff in 2023, Emily gave one of the keynotes about digital theatre and the intersection of theatre making and technology. I highly recommend looking it up on a YouTube channel if you weren't there in person to see it. It was a great talk. She's also written a guest blog post for us about the inspiration behind the play, and you can read her synopsis in the schedule if you want to find out some more. It's going to take place in Space 2. Spaces are limited in Space 2, so make sure that you're there early if you don't want to miss out. And the bar will also be open for drinks and pizza until 9:30 for those staying for the play or just staying to hang out. And tomorrow we have our board games and manual technology night, and I'll ask Eli to tell you a bit about that tomorrow morning in the welcome session. And that is it for me. So I'm going to say, have a lovely day. I hope you really enjoy the conference today. And I'm going to let Mark back on the stage to, to introduce our first keynote speaker.